everybody. How are you all doing on this beautiful Watercolor Wednesday? If you guys have been on with me for the last couple of minutes, you will notice that the timer was not going. And that is because I am here without any tech support today, okay? I am just winging it, and clearly that I didn't hit some button like I was supposed to, so... But I know you guys give me just so much grace anyway. But I thought that would give you just a little morning laugh like it did for me. I came to sit down and I was like, oh, we still have 10 minutes, but we don't have 10 minutes. So good morning, everybody. Can you all hear me okay? Am I live on Facebook and YouTube? I'm going to turn my comments on here and say hello to all of my people. Hello, Sandy. You know what? Were you waiting the 10 minutes? Because the 10 minutes, wow, it never started. So welcome. Hello, Kathy. How are you today? Jane, we've got Carol. Hello, Carol. How is beautiful BC today? Have you seen any wild animals? You know, Canada, it's very wild up there. Hello to our neighbor, Peggy. How you doing, Joy? Hello, Diana. Hello, Ellen and Jane and everybody else. Welcome to Watercolor Wednesday today. I am Kim, for those of you who do not know me. I am a watercolor instructor here and just, Team AI since day one, okay? Most of you I recognize on here. But thanks for joining me this beautiful day. Is it a beautiful day where you are? Let me know in the comments. But in the Pacific Northwest, we have just the sun this morning. And yesterday we got a little bit of rain. And I think we just forget that it's still technically spring. We're not into summer yet. And we're just like, excuse me, why is it raining right now? But I'm very thankful for a nice day today. I've got my coffee. I got to show you my mug here. It says Squad Goals. Okay. Notice the Golden Girls here. My friends and I love that show. Do you guys watch the Golden Girls? We've always said since college, since we were roommates in college, that was like our dream when we get older, is to live in community with each other. And we just thought it was so fun. So we've always loved that show. And I had to get this mug. I had to. Look at these gals on here. Does anybody watch that show? Let me know. But we have a super fun project today. I get to take you to a take you on a way back Wednesday journey today with the Cozy Cat Cubbies. This is 5098, and we're going to make a little watercolor project with this today. Remember that just because it's not technically part of our watercolor line, that doesn't mean you can't watercolor it. Okay, and I'm just going to keep saying that because this was really fun. And these little cats, I love this set, you guys. And actually, because we're doing it today on a Way Back Wednesday, it is now 50% off on the website right now. And if you've never seen these little cubbies, they're so cute. They come with the stamps and the dies. You get the big like little kitty house, and then all of these little like kitties that go in it. And the die, cuts the little hole here, and so you just like stick the little kitties in there. So do you guys have the cubbies? Let me know if you're not totally familiar with the Cubbies line, and if you want to see just a short tutorial sometime, I don't know, in the next week or two. I'm happy to do that, just to film just a little, tutorial. I know most of our tutorials are watercolor, but I love the interactive cards so much. So let me know if that's something that you're interested in, because I'm happy to do that either live or just recorded, and just to kind of show you how these all work together, because this is really fun. And again, this is on sale, 50% off, which is a super, super good deal because there are so many stamps and dies in here, you guys. This is like one of our bigger sets that has like lots of things included. There's 21 pieces in here, okay? So do not miss that if you love kitties and you like to make cards. It's the perfect set for you. Okay, checking in the comments here. Oh my goodness, Netherlands, Ellen. I'm so jealous. I was there one time, but didn't get to spend much time. You know, international travel is always on my to-do list, but with little kids, it's just not in the cards right now, but maybe someday. Oh my gosh, Jane, you had snow in northern Minnesota. Do you know what's really funny is my daughter and I were watching some old videos last night just on my phone, and we were watching one of snow, and I think it was May 18th or something like that. This is when we lived outside of Edmonton. And I just was like, oh my gosh, like when the snow starts coming down in May, it's kind of soul crushing. So Jane, I'm sorry. You may like the snow, but it gives me just anxiety thinking of spring snow. Okay, Kathy's got her Chick-fil-A Diet Coke. Do you know what? I wish I had Diet Coke in my mug right now. I do. It's never too early. You know, even though we are 3 hours earlier than you, it's never too early. Hello, Velda. How are you doing today? Are you having a good day? Let us know. Let us know if you guys are going to be coloring along with me today. That's always fun. And if you didn't see the image, this is what we're going to make today. Look how cute. It's just a simple little watercolor project. And actually you can use, of course, any animal that you have. I like bringing some of these old sets back. You guys know this. If you've watched me at all, you know that I like to dip into the archives of AI and bring back these older sets because they are so, so cute. And we're always at a fast pace here of creating new things that sometimes they just get lost. You know, with all the new and exciting things that just are constantly coming out. But I love this set so much. And these little critters are so fun to color, and they're really, really easy, which you're going to see pretty soon here as we do it together. So I hope you're going to be coloring with me today. I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera around and just remind you of a couple things before we get started. Okay, let's see if I can do this part. Let's see. Okay, you guys, I transitioned cameras, okay? For me, without any tech support, this is good. Okay, we are on the good track here. Good morning. Oh my goodness, from Belgium. Wow, again, I am so jealous. I used to travel quite a bit before I got married because you guys know I worked for a nonprofit and we did work in Eldoret, Kenya. And so when I would go there every summer for, I don't know, a couple weeks up to, a month or so. And it was just like the absolute highlight of my year to be able to go to Kenya and spend time at our homes. But on the way there, I would take different routes and I would stop in different places. And it was just so cool. It was so cool. Just definitely one of those things to do well when you're young and don't have the responsibilities like we have right now. So I'll like to say good morning from Belgium. Hello. Hello, Simone. How are you today? What are you creating? I am obsessed with everything that you post. Okay, so I'm going to move this to the side and just remind you of a couple of things before we get started here. And the space is just never big enough. I know that my mom talks about that a lot. It's a big table that I have here, and it's just so crowded. Okay, so you guys, new paper packs. Just a reminder, these baby paper packs are available right now on the website. And by the way, this portfolio that the Queen Bee showed you last time, come on. Is this not the absolute cutest thing? I know that you guys have seen this, and actually let me zoom in, but it's so cute. I wanted to show you again. Okay, remember that an online class is coming for this, okay? We put the feelers out there last time on Watercolor Wednesday, and we asked you guys if there was an online class for a baby, and we'll show you both, girl and boy. It'll be the same class. That if you guys would be interested, and lots of you said yes, that you would. And actually, you guys have been asking me and Bonnie and everybody about a baby shower or baby gift or a journal for a really long time. And so, I mean, I couldn't be more excited to put this little class together for you. So that is coming. Stay tuned on that. But look at this paper. Okay, every time we come up with a new pack, I think like, okay, this is my favorite. But look at these, and these hot air balloons. Oh my goodness. Like, this has got to be my favorite. And then these little bunnies. I just can't. The cuteness is overwhelming me. So just a reminder, these are on the website right now. And by the way, you don't have to just use these for babies, okay? These can be for any child, any younger child's birthday card, or I mean, even like just these types of things you can make any card with, right? Like the colors are just so neat, and they just mesh together so well that it's, you don't absolutely have to use this paper for a baby if, you don't have any occasion to give that to somebody. And then as a reminder, here is the baby panda set. You guys know this is inspired by our Leah. So I always, whenever I see the pandas, I think about Leah. She loves pandas so much. So this to me is the Leah set. Okay, 6017. Also available on the website right now. Okay, so stay tuned if you are all interested in a little portfolio baby class. Again, that's coming your way soon. And the other thing is the Mother's Day. Mother's Day is coming, okay? I love Mother's Day because I get to choose what I get to do. And you know what? As a mom, if there's any moms on here watching, you can understand that there are very few days where you yourself get to choose what you do. So I'm excited. And just this little portfolio, or this little journal here is just, again, just like the paper, just when you think it can't get any cuter, the queen bee pulls this out. Okay, like come on. And these little dies here, just the cutest. The cutest. Again, endless amount of projects you can make with these. Our stamps and our paper. Okay, literally the sky is the limit, and we're just going to keep showing you lots of different ideas. So this little bundle here I think is available on the website right now, and here's the gift card holder with all these little dies. So we've got the sentiments here, we've got the tea time set. This is so fun to color. I highly recommend getting this. Again, not just for Mother's Day. This can be any type of like spring or summer or invitation. Just so many different uses for these. And of course, you can always incorporate any of the flowers and foliage on the design of these cups, or make them crazy and bright. That would be really fun too. And of course, the paper packs. Come on. Look at these. I love them. Again, available on the website right now. And this is the Mother's Day. I believe there is a bundle. Leah can let us know that in the comments, but I'm pretty sure there's a bundle of both. Okay, back to our project here. Let's zoom in. You guys, this is really, 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 really easy to make. Okay, this is not going to take us very long. It looks like it because there's a lot going on here, but it's really not. It's really not. And again, I'm going to use my Cozy Cat Cubbies, and look at all of these. Like, wouldn't this little guy be cute to put on here? They're just, and I love that they're facing different directions too. But just remember, just because it's the cubby doesn't mean you only can use it for that. And this would be fun to watercolor too, this little cat tree. Okay, again, 50% off on the website right now. Okay, 5098. Leah, can you tell me, is this just today only? I think it is. But I have to ask the boss, which is Leah. She will let us know in the comments if that's just today. But you don't need a code or anything. It's just marked down 50% just because we're using it today. And probably when we do the way back Wednesday tutorials, we will continue to put them on sale, the ones that we're using. Okay, let me zoom out just a tiny bit here. Okay, so here's the chair that we're going to be using. This is 4876. This is kind of a way back Wednesday too. These are so cute. I love these just simple images that you can add anything to. You don't even have to add an animal if you don't want to, but I mean, who wouldn't want to add an animal to something? So we're going to use this one today, 4876. We're going to use 4868, which is flower set 2, and we're going to use these little heart flowers. I'm going to use these little dangly vines from Foliage set 5. I'm going to use my favorite vines, my favorite little vines here, and then this grass, and obviously the branches, and then the mini grass here. Okay. But of course, use what you have. And I'm just also going to continue saying that. If you have a different animal, use a different animal. If you have different grasses and vines, it doesn't matter. It truly does not matter. You know, we're going to do the basic layer, the basic layout of this. And all my job is here is to show you how to do this, how to put something like this together. You don't have to make it exactly like mine. You know, even if you follow my tutorials, ours is going to look different. And I think that's really neat. So let's get started. Okay. So I stamped this in my gray marker, and I don't have that here right now, but I believe it's N65. You can also use this. You can use this especially for the little kitties. Okay. Like I said, I know I've just been saying this so much lately, but I love using this. I just love it. It's really great. They are on the website now too, but any type of permanent ink stamp pad will work. Okay. Sometimes you just don't want the dark black lines. Okay. So our first step that we're going to do is we're going to pull the color out of the lines. Okay. So I've got my water here. And I've got my number 4 brush. And actually, let me zoom in just a tad bit here. Okay. Hello everybody. Looking at the comments here as I get started. Okay, don't you think it's neat that we can talk to each other from different countries on live? I just think that is so cool. Oh, I just think it's so neat. Tech is really cool. Until it doesn't work for you, like the timer today. Thank you guys for being patient with me. You know, when Joel is not here, like I just panic about things, you know? Okay, I'm just pulling the color out. Now, the thing that you want to remember about a project like this is that you need white spaces, okay? So if you were to color the kitties brown and the chair green and the pot a color, it would look too much, too full. And I think it would take away some of that dimension, that, you know, far away and close dimension, that dark to light. And so we just make sure to leave some white space. Now you could color one, like you could make the pot a color and then keep the kitties white, or you could make the kitties brown or all gray as long as you left the pot white, or the chair white too. Okay, so just keep that in mind. You don't want to go too heavy on your coloring. Okay. Now, we are going to just continue to pull this out. And because these kitties are white, like this is going to go pretty fast. And I'm going a little farther into the image because I know that certain places I'm going to color the tail gray. Okay. Okay, Diana, can you tell us the order? Okay, cats first, pot, and then chair. Okay. Okay. Step one, and you can see that's already created a nice level of dimension here, just with that. Okay, so I'm going to start with coloring my chair, and I'm going to go with this 312. I really, really, really like this color. It's like a sage kind of thing, but it's got like a blue tint to it. I love it. It almost feels like a neutral, even though it's not. Okay. So we're going to block in our color right now. And remember, we start light. And then as we do this, we're going to keep in mind which areas are going to be darker. Okay. Like this leg in the back. This part right here. So all I'm doing is just going over with another darker layer. Okay, and that also like keeps it not so like one note. Okay. Hello, Gigi. How are you doing today? We are so glad you're here. You know, life happens, and sometimes you get pulled away and you miss the things that you don't want to miss. So we're just glad to have you. Well, I better color that one in. Okay. And you don't have to go like, I mean, we're going to add our grass and stuff, but because it's green, it's not a big deal. But you can see I'm leaving this part a little bit white. Don't go too far down on that because we know we're going to add to our pot. And then same here, but again, it's grass, and so it's not going to make a difference. Okay, let me just again, maybe darken that. No exact way to do this. Just, color from your heart, you guys. Ah, Terry. That's so funny. Well, you need it, and guess what? It's 50% off. Again, we are 5098. And remember, let me know in the comments if you want me to show you at some point a tutorial on how to put the cubbies together. Okay, how like I'm going to say this, I just made up this word, but the interactiveness of the cubbies works. What to do after you cut all the pieces out and how to glue it together. Let me know if you want to see that because I am happy to do that. I love the interactives. Again, I love the interactives. I love the older sets. They're so good. And we have so many good products and sets that just have been buried with new things. But that doesn't mean that they're not like still amazing. So I like to do that. Okay, I'm taking 947 here. And this is just a warm brown. You can use any brown. And then I'm just going to go over these little slats here. And, I'm going to use my twin tone, of course, to kind of differentiate some of these lines here. Yes, okay. Thank you guys for letting me know in the comments. I will do that. I will absolutely do that. And that's also really fun for me. It's really fun. And that's one of the things I love about things like the warehouse sale is that when we did it online, gosh, was that like 2 years ago now? Or a year ago? I can't remember. When we did our online one, we got to go live pretty much all day and show you all of the interactive cards. And that was just such a blast for me personally, but for all of us here, because again, they get buried with, the new things, and sometimes the watercolor kind of takes precedence over things here. But the interactives are so good. Okay, now I am going to do my pot now, and I'm going to take this blue, dark blue 565. And I'm just going to add just a little shadowing here because yes, this is a white pot, but we don't really keep things like totally white here. And then I can also add like a little bit of a shadow here. Okay, might go a little darker with that. And then you can always blend. You can give it like a more rustic feel too, okay? It's light, but that's okay because this is, remember, a white pot here, okay? Now I'm going to take my red because, I mean, come on, we need red here. And what color is this? 858. It's like rubbed off, look. I think it's 858. I don't know. Pretty sure. That's a good sign that you've been doing your watercolors when your pens get rubbed off. Okay, now, and remember, we're just going to do our lines here. So I do one. And you could always use your number 1 brush for this, but you know me. I don't like to switch unless I absolutely have to, okay? So I'm just doing that. You can see that, okay, Diana, you're coming in. You and Leah, thank you guys so much. Yes, poppy red, yes. Thank you for saving me on that. Luckily, I just took the color out of it so you can't tell. Okay, now we're gonna go in and we're gonna color our kitties. And then we're going to add our foliage, then add our twin tone and our white paint, and then that's it. Okay? Do you see how this project, it looks like very complex because there's a lot of color, a lot of images here, but it's just so simple, especially when you do these smaller creatures. Okay? These just take no time at all to color. Okay, I'm going to use N15 black. And you can make your own gray. You can put these, like I said, you could put little orange, like orange spots on them. That would be kind of cute. But again, try to keep it light. Okay, and I'm going to keep this black like very, very light so that I get a good gray out of it. See? I mean, that's definitely not black. And I'm going to color the little paws, the ears. And then, if I've got super light, I'm going to make just a little circle around their mouth. Okay? And don't worry if you kind of lose that a little bit. You can always use our pencil and add it back. You could put like a circle around their eye. That would be cute too. But we're just, we're making these little Siamese kitties. Does anybody have a Siamese cat? What are they like? I don't know if we have ever had one. We've had a lot of cats. Growing up, we had a lot of cats. But I don't remember if we ever had a Siamese. And I'm just adding a little more. Okay. Absolutely, Simone. If you guys want to win this painting, just put that in the comments and then Leah will pick a winner. Okay, next I am going to add in from my red here, and I need my number 1 brush for this, some light red, just on his little paws. Isn't that cute? It just gives it a little bit of a touch of extra color. Okay. Yes, thank you, Elaine and Ellen. You guys are so sweet. Yes, you will be definitely entered into the drawing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, trying to decide if I want to do, because it's bugging me really bad that I haven't done my twin tone. Do you ever feel like that? Typically, I like to do, I don't know why in my mind, I like to do all of the twin tone together. And so I think sometimes I have to save it for the end. But you really don't have to do that. And I'm talking to myself now too. Just like, why? Why do I have to save it all for one time? So I'm going to do some of it right now because it's bothering me that the eyes need to be darkened and that this doesn't have any twin tone on there. And I just, add it wherever you want. It makes it a little more like rustic. And you can always take your brush and pull that out a bit, which I think I will do. So I'm going to take my number 1. Aw, Teresa has a Siamese cat. That's sweet. You adopted her. Aw. That's the best. Animals really are the best. Okay, I'm just softening this up here and adding just a little bit of brown because I like the way it looks. Okay. Now, get a little more green right in here too. I like that mix of that green and brown too. It's really neat. And then with my smaller brush, I can just kind of darken that in too. And it just makes it a little more rustic looking. Okay. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. So half Siamese siblings. Interesting, a half Siamese. So were they white? Or were they a different color with some of the Siamese markings? Okay, back to our twin tone. Okay, all I'm gonna do is just kind of go in with the nose here and just make sure you have a steady hand for this. And I'm not that concerned. I mean, you can see the stamp. There was a highlight there in the little eyeballs. I'm not that concerned about that because they're so small that I almost think it looks better if you just color the whole thing, instead of trying to leave that like white on there. Okay, now I'm going to take my pencil. Remember, a pencil is just really, really helpful when you're doing this. Okay, I don't need to go over the whiskers. Okay, here, let me hold this up a little because they stamped really good. But if you are going to if you somehow have lost your whiskers, use a pencil. Do not use the twin tone because it'll be too much. You can put little eyebrows on them if you want. But again, that's just very up to you. Okay. So that's not bugging me as bad now. We've added our twin tone. Oh, okay. Now we're going to go ahead and get to the flowers and the foliage, which most of it is greenery. But again, you can do any type of colors. You can do any vines. Whatever you have, you know, is going to look cute with this. So I'm going to take my warm green 177 and I'm just going to color back of this. And remember, this is from Foliage Set 1. Okay. And then I'm just going to just go along here. And remember, when you do this, try not to just like go in like a direct straight line. Okay, so that's a good start. Again, just take the pressure off yourself when you're adding the foliage and the flowers. Sometimes, excuse me, I know I sometimes get nervous when it's time to add it, but really, like, have you ever seen a wrong way to stamp like foliage and greenery? I haven't, because it can really grow any type of way. It can really be so many different colors, and the placement is just, so take the pressure off of yourself, because there's no exact like right way that it should be, you know? And once you know that, like, it just, I think it makes it more fun. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit of color there. I'm going to maybe pull a little bit of that down. But again, we're going to go in here with our white paint and kind of break up that a little bit. So actually, I just maybe go through this one more time now that I kind of know where my grass is going to be. Okay, and again, this is just like from your eyeball, whatever you like, whatever area you think it needs more of. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some of our little tall grasses. I love these because they're almost like little accents. They're really easy to place, and I'm just gonna, let's see, just, I don't know, again, no exact way, just wherever you want them. Maybe just a couple. Just for that. Julie, yes. Okay, make sure your stamp is the correct orientation. I mean, not that I've ever done that. I don't know, so many times. So you're not the only one. Checking the comments here. Thank you all so much for wanting to be entered to win this cute little painting. Ruth Ann is here. How are you, Ruth Ann? Do you have any updates for us? We just love you so much. Okay, now I'm going to add my little branches, and I'm going to add them just kind of going up the side of this, okay? And I love this branch. You guys know I use this all the time. And you know, we're just gonna, just to kind of balance it out, right? Because we have a lot going on the left here. We're gonna add some more here. And again, like, don't worry, like, where you place it. We're just gonna use this as a guide to where to put the vines, okay? Oh my goodness. Ruth Ann, are you there right now? Are you at your appointment right now? We are just thinking about you all the time. You are just always on my mind. Okay, I'm taking my little vine here. And again, I rarely use the whole thing, okay? I'm just using like mostly the top half. It's just so much easier to place that way. And when I do this, I'm just gonna use my little branches here as a guide. And again, there's no wrong place that a vine is gonna grow, so don't worry. Couple little branches here. I love this picture so much. These little kitties. Animals are really just the best, aren't they? Although Charlie, oh, I gotta bring her next time I go on live so you guys can see how stinking adorable she is. Oh my goodness. She is so cute. She's an absolute menace though to our house. She is almost 6 months old now, and I'll have to post a picture of her for you, maybe on the AI Way Facebook page. She is so cute, and it really just the cuteness just covers a lot of her many sins. Just like with toddlers, right? This is why they're so cute, because they're so naughty. And Charlie, oh my goodness, she is so naughty. Just every day, wrecking something. But she is just the most adorable. We love her so much. And my husband, who is very skeptical about getting her so soon after we lost Georgie. I mean, it's a month, maybe a month or so, a month and a half. And no, maybe actually, was it 2 months? Almost 2 months. Sorry, I take it back. Almost 2 months after we lost Georgie. And he was very skeptical about getting her. But now he just absolutely is obsessed with her. I mean, how can you not be? Her little face. And she's so, oh my gosh, she's so sweet. Okay, I'm just taking my pencil and making just some added rustic vibes to it. Okay. Okay, let's see. Ruth Ann, oh my goodness. Ruth Ann is getting a treatment right now. So if we could just all keep her in our thoughts and prayers, I know she would appreciate that. She's just the best. Okay, I might just add just one more in there. Okay, now I'm going to add a couple vines up here, and then I'm going to go to the flowers and add a few of those in, and then we're going to do our long dangling one, which, by the way, this is such a cool stamp. Again, it's one of the older ones. It's these ones right here in Foliage Set 5, and they're just really neat, and I don't always think to use them, but it's really fun to add foliage like coming down from a pot too. Right? It's really neat. Okay, adding my vines here. And you guys, I got to talk to my sister this morning, and she is just doing so great. She is doing right now another rotation, and it's hospice. And I think palliative care is like with it too. But you know her, she has such a passion for hospice. And actually I did ask her, I said, when is your teacup coming out? The people want to know. I said, they keep asking me and I don't have any answers for them. And she said she thinks June at some point is when she's going to bring that back, which is very exciting. You all remember her exclusive little teacup fairy garden set. Definitely like one of the most popular ones that we've had, and she did it as a fundraiser for one of the hospice facilities close to us. And so she's figuring out what exact thing they need so that we can pull it out again and just do another fundraiser for them. So that is coming. I did ask her about that. But it was fun to chat with her. Okay, so just a few little purple flowers in here. And for these, I like to use my one, and I just like to just dab them a little. Look at what happens when you dab this purple. It just goes so vibrant. It's such a beautiful color. And you can do obviously more or less flowers, just depending on what you like. Okay. Now I am going to grab my long, like cascading vine here. 177. Okay, also, I have to tell you guys, we've been working really hard on the upcoming Bible journaling retreat. Look how cute that is. Just falling right down. And you don't have to do much to this. You're just going to pull the color out of the little leaves here. Anyway, so we are going to have the cutest projects for you for that. So if you are joining us on our very first annual Bible journaling retreat, you are not going to be disappointed because the projects are they're just beautiful projects. And for those of you who are signed up, I'm going to be sending an email out this week or potentially next week with some additional details for you. So look for that. I'm going to put Leah on that email too so that you can reply back to both of us with any questions or whatever. But, as always, between now and then, if you have any questions, you can always just send us an email or give Leah a call at the office, and then we will get back to you ASAP. But just know that there are some really, 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 really fun things coming for that. So I cannot wait. We are counting down the days. Okay, again, just taking my pencil here. I can add a little bit of texture to their fur. Okay. Now we're going to do the sky, okay? And I'm going to do it and you guys, we're almost done. We're just going to do white paint and sky and see if there's any other details we need to add, but I don't think there is. And what I'm going to do with the sky is I'm going to mix these two, okay? This is a little bright. So this is 526, very common blue that we use all the time. I'm going to put a little bit of this green in there just to kind of bring it down a little bit so it's not so crazy. Thank you. Thank you all. You are so sweet. I just appreciate your encouragement very much. And maybe sometimes it feels like, oh, if you say that you like something or something, it just, we don't notice that. But I always notice the comments. And I really appreciate the encouragement from you all. I love, 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 love getting to be on here with you. And it's really sweet of you guys to take your time to encourage us. And that goes for when my mom is on too, or Kendra. It means a lot. So thank you guys. Okay. And I'm just going to go in here. You can see it's a little duller with that green. And I don't know, it makes it softer, kind of, I guess is what I'm saying. You can just blend this right in, blend it into the lines a little. That's okay. And remember, we're gonna go over with the white paint just to kind of break up that coloring a little bit. I'm just gonna go in here. I don't know, to me it feels like it gives it more of a rustic look. You can always go back here. Okay. Isn't that adorable? Just adorable. Suska, so sweet. You guys, Suska's the best. I got to meet her in person, which I feel very fortunate that she came to one of our classes here. And she's the best. She's just such a sweet, sweet person. She's exactly what you think she would be just based on her comments online. Okay. Got my white paint here. And I'm just gonna... And again, when you do this white paint, I'm all for things that take the pressure off of you. Okay, we don't have to worry about, oh my goodness, is this too heavy of a coloring area when we have our white paint? Because we know that will break it up a little bit and add really neat and needed dimension to it. Okay, so I'm all for things like that. That just take the pressure right off of you. You can add some here. And again, flowers, like you don't have to worry about where you place flowers or how many you do. Like who says there can't be like 100 flowers right here? There can. Hello, Cecilia. What are you having? Are you eating lunch? It is almost about that time. We're Pacific Coast or Pacific time here, so it's 10:49. So it's getting to that point. Oops. Make sure your white paint dries before you put your hand on it. Oh my, you guys. I know you appreciate when I make mistakes on live. We're all just human, right? We're all just human, and we love to create and we love to be together when we do it, right? Okay, I got my little signature there. And then this is the time where I go through it and I think, okay, where do I need to add? And I think it's fine. I think it's just the cutest little project. One thing I might do is add just a little bit of like shadowing to the kitties. Just a little. I don't want to just overwhelm it, but just some little added dimension here. And you can see I'm going very light. But you know, there's going to be some shadowing in there. And you just obviously get much more of a 3D look to things if you do not forget your shadow. Okay. Maybe just one more. Oh, maybe just a little more shadowing. Oh, maybe a little more, maybe a little more. You also have to know when to stop. Like right now, stop. Okay. I love this project. I think it's so fun. Thank you all for joining me on it. I am going to attempt to switch over my camera. Hello. Hello again. Thank you again for joining me. This has been a blast. Reminder, the Cozy Cat Cubbies 5098 is currently 50% off on the website. Okay. And I will do a tutorial on the cubbies. Let me know which ones, if there's a specific one that you have. But if not, I might just do this one because I love cats so much. So thank you all. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your